Welcome back to Gamepoint Sports, man. It's season 6, episode 6. We back. I'm M.GOODNIGHT.
It's your boy C, bro.
Hey, we're here at the AHRR Network. We'd like you to like, share, comment, repeat, retweet, and do it again. And also hit us on the hotline at 720-698-6440. What's going down, man?
Hey, now there's a lot of stuff going on in sports outside the lines, as they would say.
Yeah.
Man, they out there wilding, but this is that time of year. This is it. This is when everything is moving.
Everything's going down.
Yeah, that's when Sports Center is hot again.
Hey, shit, they got
Sports Center be falling off a little bit. They be having them weird quizzes and scenarios. Like, man, nobody want to hear that. What's up with the highlights and action?
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's on that.
It's a lot of that going around right now.
Hey, man, here on Game Point, we keep the game on point. You know, them other podcasts out there is about as useful as an ashtray on a motorcycle. And I don't ever say it all the way right, but you always know what I mean. Let's do this, man.
Hey, let's keep it moving. Hey, first story, man. Let's give a shout out to some local love, Colorado Avalanche, for winning their third Stanley Cup championship.
I seen a lot of people of color was excited about that when they won.
Hey, man.
And I was quick quizzing them. It wasn't too many of them that knew 3 players on the team.
Well,
I'm not gonna quiz you. I ain't gonna put you out there. I ain't gonna put somebody out there. But without Googling,
McKinnon, and I'll give you Landeskog, McKinnon. You got Quadri, he's not here anymore. You got
you can't be saying Forsberg. You can't be doing all that.
No, you got and the young dude.
The white dude with the long hair.
They all. But they
y'all know y'all didn't know what the hell y'all was talking about or looking at. But that's okay, man. When it's local love, you get to figure it out, man. You know, that's the beauty of having one of your local teams do something for you. So shout out to the Avs. Shout out to the people who were supporting them either from day one, you know, with the inauguration year when they got busy and pulled off 2 real quick to then put that 3rd banner up. That ring was nice.
Hey, the ring is blinging.
That ring was nice. What you think? They said they had like 600-something diamonds in it. They had like 20-something sapphires in it and 42 40-something rubies in it. There you go. That thing was something to see.
Hey, they ain't playing. They ain't playing over there in the hockey.
I can tell you right now, most of y'all downtown hanging out next to one of them abs and don't even know it. They put that ring on. You be like, oh, you for the abs.
You are.
Yeah.
You probably would walk by every single Avalanche player.
Everyone.
Me too.
Everyone.
Me too.
And if we was, even if I didn't walk by, we're going to chop it up on something not hockey. So we probably hang out the longest because they probably be like, man, you probably don't even know who I am. Like, I be saying the same thing. You probably don't even know who I am.
For sure.
We don't know who we are. So, you know what I'm saying? That's when you had the best time, man. You ain't got no egos.
And that's all love.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Avs one more time. Know that third banner is something to see. Now, I guarantee somebody going to be in that comment section like, I know 3. Yeah, okay, I got you. Shout out to you too.
They got a chance to Google.
Yeah, before you even get in there, shout out to the man early. Shout out to my guy on Google who's over there looking them up right now. That one dude that what's his face? That's how we be like, what's his face?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, what's his face? Somebody on there right now Googling away, but shout out to that. Hey, man, let's get a quick update on the game. How's that looking right now?
Man, last time I checked, it was 0-0.
Nothing to nothing. Man, y'all better tune in tonight. Don't play with us, man. You know you ain't watching that game.
It's a slugfest out there.
Is that what they call it?
I mean, not even a slugfest. It's bad.
And look, they professional players, so I ain't gonna, they provide for their families.
Oh, they getting their money.
I ain't gonna take nothing away from it, but man,
they getting their money, but it don't. But it don't. I mean, it don't make good football just because they get money. Man, sometimes they just put the matchups together that look good on paper at the beginning of the season. By the time that week come around, puker. Done deal. Done data.
Yeah, but shout out to them young man playing as the professional game of football.
Shots out, man. I'm gonna get a correct.
I like that ring though, man. Listen, that's what we need, man. We need a championship. Ooh, speaking of rings. Can I do a drop down real quick? Who won that game last week, man? That was the Spillionaires and the Mile High Thoroughbreds.
Oh, man, the Spillionaires.
There's supposed to be some heavy car washing. Look, you know who you are, and you know what happened. Y'all gentlemen first, y'all man first. Get that car wash, man, because I heard there was an L in there.
Honored, I bet, man. They had him wearing a T-shirt out there saying it was all Quay's fault, man. They had him set up pretty good out there.
Look, man, I seen the game. You sent that to me, man. I was over at my daughter. It was her homecoming weekend, so I couldn't make it. But I was seeing them highlights. Look, man, things happen.
It started out good, but, man, shouts out to the Thoroughbreds running back, man. There's definitely a rule that needs to change in high school football, which some of the rules are passed down in Little League football. But being to jump over a person is illegal in high school football, Colorado high school football rules.
Oh.
And my man had a nice move, man, jumped over a dude, and he was gone,
And they called it back.
Unsportsmanlike conduct type thing.
Yeah, but the coaches is real solid dudes, and they put together a program with some real solid kids, man. So, even it can go either way, man. Look, some my mans could have won this year. Was it Veasley?
Yeah, Veasley.
Yeah, man. Was it Rip Veasley?
Yeah.
Shout out Rip Veasley, man, and the whole Spillionaire Quad organization as a whole. They got it done, and the Mile High Thoroughbreds. I mean, they're not a very old organization, man. So to come in and kick up the kind of dust they have been, that's a testament to their leadership, man. Their coach was out here last week. I like that, man. He's humble.
Hey.
His son's humble. So I can appreciate that, and hopefully they're gonna bring it back, and that they're gonna use that fuel to really come at them. Next time they meet up and really to get that season going. But
they definitely gonna run it back.
But there needs to be some heavy car washing.
Yeah, we want to see that on camera. We want to see that on camera. Right here in the R Network parking lot. Let's do it in the R Network parking lot to make sure.
R Network parking lot.
Make sure you ain't missing no spots.
And I'll bring a turkey leg, man.
Oh man,
Look,
you be shanking them on the
man. Loser gets turkey leg, man. I'll slide him a turkey leg. Y'all just gotta set it up. If you set it up, I'll bring the turkey leg. So y'all come over here, get the car wash. I got my man's a turkey leg.
Hey, for sure. But shouts out, man, youth football out here. Everybody out here doing their thing. Hey, great time in the world today, right?
Yeah, man.
Great time in sports world, I would say.
It is.
So you got the NFL. You got the NFL taking on or getting about a little bit over a quarter of the season.
Yes.
Then you got the NBA starting to rev up. They just revving up the engine right now at the
Yeah,
starting line.
preseason is wrapping up. They're about to get after it.
They're revving it up. You got baseball in the playoffs.
Playoffs is getting active.
Hockey's just started. The Avs just lifted their banner.
Banner just got up in the air. They about to jump back on the ice again. This is when it counts, man. Is this the best time of the year?
Oh, definitely. Sports wise, it's definitely the best time of the year.
Best time. But I mean, what else is left? Like, if I was in, there ain't too many things I could do, and I still had like eyes and ears. And this time of the year came around, I wouldn't be like, hey, everything's all right. Everything is all right. When Sports Center's back lit again, because you know we done had to give up the TV to the kids. We done had to give up the TV to the wives and the special people at home. Because you ain't really had nothing. You was watching, Little League and females college softball and shit. Like you ain't really had nothing going.
Watching basketball wives.
Yeah, basketball. So you had to let all that go, man. So now it's like we got the TV back. TV's back.
Hey,
we got the TV back. So remote, where the remote at?
Right where I need it at.
We got it's 2022. We got remotes on our phone now, so I ain't playing with you.
I mean, yeah.
Throw the remote down the street. I ain't playing with you.
Yeah,
we back.
Hey, I'll go right back live with it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it.
Yeah, go spark up a conversation about what she said and what he said. You know, we back. We're back on the TV now.
Hey, we back. Gamepoint's back. So everybody will be tuning in to the Thursday night game. You might as well tune in to us because that game ain't nothing going down.
They ain't scored yet.
The Browns and ain't nothing going down.
There ain't nothing going on.
Man.
The Commanders and the Bears.
Yeah.
Still 0-0 in the first half.
0-0. More highlights going on with the Commanders on the back end, on the top end. But we're going to get to that a little bit later. Let's move on, man. We got Draymond Green, man. We talked about it. We talked about it a little bit last week.
We didn't know no better.
We talked about it. We didn't actually see it up to that
point. We didn't know no better. We was like everybody else. We was like, hey, a little scuffle in practice. Yeah, man, you get through that. You get through that. You get through that.
So what do you think about it after seeing?
Listen, there's a couple things. I got a couple points, man, on that. First off, the whole camera crew and video crew for the Golden State Warriors is gonna get fired because y'all the ones that leaked that. Yeah. I'm gonna fire you, even though it was the right thing to do technically and making sure that they saw that this was not just some old scuffle. My man did him. That's not for y'all to decide. Y'all like. Video technicians and stuff like that, key grips and stuff. Y'all don't make that decision. Those grown men out there, and if it got leaked, they should have been the one to be a part of that. They the ones that should have been.
Whoever let it go should be let go.
You got to get fired.
They should be let go.
Yeah, you got to get fired for releasing that tape. But now that you released it, I got to watch.
Now that they released it, we going to show it.
We got to show it. And then we're going to come back and say, let's cut to the clip, man. We're going to have to see this real quick. Yeah, I know y'all done already seen it, but y'all don't watch it. Go ahead on.
Man, it's narrated. Look at Draymond walking up. It's a little.
Yeah, you a little light skinned to be talking like with your chest out. Hey man, go ahead on, man. I don't like dark. Yo.
Hey.
Call the police.
All right. So what? After I seen it, man, I'm like, damn.
The BBL.
I would have called me and my guys would have been up at the arena, man. I'm leaving the door open.
This is the thing, though, and I'm gonna say this too. They champions, they all got like a little squad and stuff, man. Tension's gonna be hot for a little bit on that, cause they got, he got a team. Jordan Poole got a team. You don't know every one of them NBA players, them sports professionals, they got a team with them. Somebody was trying to get them all the way up to the league.
Yeah.
You got a team. They gonna be a little hot, but all I said last time is. He didn't do that to Tristan Thompson.
No, he didn't want that smoke.
Tristan Thompson came out different because he ain't light skinned. So when he came up to him and gave him that, he didn't want no parts of it. So this is really to get back for that. But what I'm gonna say is, first off, the camera crew, the video crew, somebody on there need to get fired for releasing it. But now that you released it, I'm telling you now, there's some problems with that.
85 told you that SR5 says Draymond, he ain't all bark after all.
On little dude.
Yeah, he didn't want that smoke with Tristan Thompson. And Tristan Thompson caught him in one of those classic moments, one of those catch me outside moments.
But see, this is the thing, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, brother, because you going on, you have a nice point. But what I'm saying is, you don't take off on a teammate like that.
No,
that's a big deal. And not only that, but you being the vet, you can't take off on you being the vet. You don't take off on the little dude.
Hey, Daniel Villaverde said he's Superman that.
Nah, it's disrespectful. Not only disrespectful.
You definitely don't do that. You definitely don't do that to a teammate. You definitely don't do it to somebody a little bit smaller to you. But my thing is, hey man, Jordan Poole, you know what kind of guy this guy thinks he is. Man, if you gonna push him, you got to be ready for the action.
I mean, as far as we've seen before, looking at, his history, he don't really have a history of firing off. But he be kicking people in the ding-ding, but, he don't be firing off. It's the first time we actually have, confirmed, footage or, confirmed contact point on the dude. And I'm just telling you that was a bad way, man. And my question to you, though, is does that tarnish his legacy?
I mean, what legacy does he really have?
I mean,
he's a dirty player.
Hold on. You're a basketball fan. You know, Draymond Green is the glue to that team.
He is, but he's not. He doesn't have a legacy.
He got rings. What makes a legacy?
He does have rings.
He got not one or two. He's got like 4 rings now, don't
There's a couple guys that got 3-4 rings that you never even heard of.
Yeah, but do they play an integral role? Like Ori hit big shots, big shot Bob. But were you an integral part of your team's?
He's part of a legacy. He doesn't have a legacy.
Would he be part of a dynasty?
He's part of a dynasty.
So there is a legacy to any dynasty.
Man, so are you telling me that Kurt Rambis is part of a legacy? He has a legacy?
No, I can't tell you that. But there's some people that will argue that if he's part of a dynasty. I can't tell you that, but there's some people that will argue that.
Let me get to a couple comments. Draymond won't go. Jason McBride says, and the McBride Impact, shouts out to the people doing good things, city and county. Catch him here on Sunday here at the AHRR Network doing this thing. But he says Draymond won't go at nobody his size.
I mean, we've clearly seen that.
I'm in total agreement with you, Jay McBride and Sebo. And Daniel Villaverde says, rumor has it TMC paid the guy $120,000 for the release of the footage.
I mean, that's a respectable amount, but, to lose your job, you got to question how much you make a year.
Yeah.
Because if you're making a smooth 80, because 120,000 in California don't go that far.
It's not.
Yeah. So even if my man was making like 80 a year, he can get that back by the second season and stuff.
Yeah.
If you know how to play his cards right. So if he was like a little assistant, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll sell you out if I was assistant. I'm gonna run that tape.
85 Toyota SR5 says that Tristan's bigger than Dre. Yeah, he's bigger than him, and he didn't want that smoke at all. I mean, he's one of those guys. Like, I think he always falls into the place that they say the loudest person in the room is always like the weakest person in the room.
This is unfortunate because, and hold on, this is another thing too. Where is Jordan Poole eye? I want to see that eye.
We ain't found it yet, man.
Roast beef. I want to see that eye. I want to see it. I want to see the cheek or the eye.
It's probably still
They
close.
done had everybody talking for him. You know, had Draymond that came back to the team today. You done had Steph talk about it. Steve, the coach, Curtis talked about it. You done had Iguodala talking about it. You done had all the Isaiah Thomas. Just everybody in the league done either tweeted or had actual interviews. Jordan Poole, I need your eye to enter the chat.
Hey,
I need the eye to enter the chat.
Let's get it on the internet.
I think he got him. I think he in BBL'd him. I think he in BBL'd him.
All right.
Because you don't even see him practicing. Like, come on, we can at least see y'all practicing, like, from a distance.
Man, he probably got an eye patch on right now.
He got that BBL. He ain't.
He probably walking around like a pirate, right?
He got that BBL, and that's what I'm saying.
We found it.
That's the stuff that how you going to, because you got to, like, look at your family, your girl with your eye all knotted up. And we all seen what happened because, we done came back from a fight, be like, yeah, I was like this, and then I was like this, and then it was like 10 of them, but then I took down 7. No, everybody on earth seen what happened.
Jay McBride agrees with you and says that he definitely has a legacy.
It hasn't impacted
No,
his.
that he has a legacy.
He has a legacy, but has it impacted or tarnished his legacy? That's the question.
Has it tarnished it? If he has a legacy, that would tarnish. No, because he parades around as a fake tough guy.
But that don't go far. For us, when you in the game, it don't like. This is the thing, like Kevin Durant. When he retired, they're gonna be like, man, one of the greatest players in the game, one of the best scorers in the game. They're gonna talk about his rings. But when we actually in the era of Kevin Durant, we're gonna say when you left Oklahoma and went to the Golden State, that tarnished something about your true legacy when you start.
When you go to the team that you couldn't beat. And you join them, then that definitely.
I don't even like. I could pick up this story 50 years from now, and all you have to say that to me is just that line right there, and say, "Hey, there was this player named Kevin Durant 50 years ago that got beat by this team, and then went to that team to get his first ring." You're gonna be like, "I don't respect that man like that." His legacy
is definitely talking.
We gonna say, "Hey, I seen him cross over a couple dudes. I seen him block LeBron's shot. Da 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 da." But 10 years from now, it's not gonna hold up. 20 years from now, it's gonna probably be a little bit worse, and so on and so forth. Where if you weren't actually in the era, you'd be like, nah, I don't ride with that. I don't even know the kid like that. I ain't seen him play.
Yeah, I'm not riding with KD. Or
I ain't seen no KD play. That just sound like some old shit.
And I'm definitely not riding with Draymond.
Draymond,
if he has a legacy like you guys say, it's definitely tarnished.
It's compromised.
Yeah.
It's compromised, and you don't get it back because everywhere you go and everywhere you see, it's just gonna be. It's like when something like you gonna see it in like a little kid's face. Like little kids and old people really humble you more than anybody that's around your age or in the moving type of the like little kids and old people because they just gonna look at you with the straight truth in their eye. And when you have an old person or a little kid looking at you like, I don't even respect you. Yeah. Like that hits home.
Definitely hits home. Oh man,
like, don't come to our school.
Oh man, I think I skip one. We go right back to it though. And speaking of players hitting people, man, we got Devontae Adams.
Great segue.
Who's running into the cameraman or pushing the cameraman or whatever it is. So the cameraman, he pushes the guy, he goes down. The guy says he has concussion-like symptoms. He's ready to sue him and press charges.
He can't sleep.
He's suing him and pressing
charges. He's got erectile dysfunction. He's all bad. He done knocked the stiffness out of him.
Life is bad for my guy.
He's not doing okay. Now I was talking to somebody else said he gonna get 100,000. I was like, man, that'd be hard to see. But I don't see that he wouldn't at least go after it for that because he done got an attorney. This man is, and one of the biggest factors is he's not an actual employee of the NFL, so the NFL don't have to like hold that.
Yeah, and he's like contractor. He's a
contractor, so he's on like 1099 work. So they'd be like, man, I got to go after it.
Somebody else got hired him.
Yeah, I mean, but is this a trend now? Because remember the last dude who was running on the field. He got bumped by the linebacker.
Yeah.
And then he sued too.
Yeah, he sued. It definitely is a trend. But let's watch the video.
Oh yeah,
let's watch the video.
And I know y'all can seen it. Watch it again.
Yeah, hey, watch it.
The Chiefs. It would one.
Frustration from Adams, and whoa. Can't have that as Adams leaves the field. The frustrations on this evening bubbling over, and that's not what you want to see.
And the Chiefs.
You go in there and they ain't going to play the tape.
Frustration.
Hearing, but
yeah.
This is what you're going to have to explain. Like, you got a concussion off of this, my guy?
Yeah. He's not going to be able to explain that. He's not going to be able to explain that.
That's too bad. Listen, we're in a free market, so, I mean, I get it. You got to sue. I know some people. I know a chick. I ain't going to put her out there. You know who you are, so if you watch this show, you know who you are. This chick done bought a house, a truck, and took a nasty vacation out there, all off settlements, man. And it took them, like, they be taking a while. Yeah. Like, you got to go through, like, physical therapy. I think there was a couple weeks she was wearing a neck brace.
Hey,
you got to go through counseling.
You gotta if you doing it that way and getting your money that way, you gotta play it up to the fullest.
Yeah, it took her about 5 years to get all 3 of them settlements.
Man, you gotta walk around. Hey man, I can't lift anything.
And they had an investigator on it. Them insurance companies was just cold piece though. So hey, that dude right there who got bumped, he better not lift nothing heavy outside of his house.
No, he better not do nothing. Don't be climbing up there putting no Christmas lights up.
Yeah, don't be trying to get like 5 grocery bags at once. Don't do none of that, cause they be sending investigators on them now. Cause she was like, they was one by her house and stuff. And they was on her.
They ain't trying to give you that money.
They ain't trying to give you the money.
They trying to catch you video jumping on the trampoline or whatever you choose to do.
Anything. Don't be at the club doing that one move. If you get too low, they be like, you said you had a back problem.
Doctor said you need a backiotomy. Don't look like you need one.
Concussed?
So, I mean, going back to Draymond real quick, it says, Jason McBride says his legacy is that of being a dirty player. Him punching pool adds to it. Daniel Villeperte says, you're on the field, expect the unexpected. And he says, my neck and my back. That's what the guy said.
And his back.
My neck and my back, I fallen.
He under counsel right now. Somebody like, no, that was on camera. And then what he's going to do is, see, this is what you got to take away is that he's not, it's too easy to be like, I got a concussion or I broke my back. Because you're going to look at that and they're going to be like, man, I don't see that. Like, you didn't get it. What he going to say is emotional distress. And it's not going to be because it happened on the field. He's going to be like, they said the media replayed that every day. My kids seen it. My wife seen it. My coworkers seen it. I was utterly embarrassed. And anybody could put themselves in a position that if you get pushed in public and you're not one of the main players on the stage, you're going to be like, man, we can see that. We might not give you the 100, but we'll give you something because, emotional distress. That's his play.
No, it's gonna be play.
If I was his attorney, that'll be our play.
If I was Devontae Adams, I'll be like, hey man, I didn't know what was happening. Somebody's running up on me. Things been happening, man. I pushed. I was scared. I didn't know.
Yeah, but see, he made a statement too quick. And I be telling cats, like, even when you call the police, like on a 911, that you calling 911 is audit. You can use that in an audit for an actual trial or case or charges. So when I be telling people, like, man, if you done did something that's questionable and you got to call the police, just state the facts and hang up.
Yeah.
I'm at this location, nobody's armed, come now. Boom, and hang up. And then let that out, because then when they play that back in court, they ain't got nothing. Yeah. And see, Devontae, he got right out there, was like, hey, real quick before we get started, I just want to say I'm sorry. Dude kind of got in the way, and I was like, kind of like this, and so I kind of pushed him off of me. They're going to use that piece right there, and there's going to be like legal team that's going to be analyzing every word he said. I'd have been like, man, it was an unfortunate incident that took place on the field, but I definitely, I apologize for, and I even apologize. It was an unfortunate incident that took place on the field, and I'm out of there.
Yeah, definitely. Jason McBride says he'd get at least a meal ticket.
A meal?
And it'll be settled out of court. Daniel Villeperte said that dude, the guy said he's utterly embarrassed. So also on top of what you were saying, it's a defamation of character thing, probably maybe also.
Well, defamation of character means you set him out to be something that he's not. So I don't know. He'd have to, that's a different. If he can just say emotional stress, anything that has to do with the impact of being seen on television and the impact of how I play for work, and he's got trauma over it. He has trouble going back on the field without getting anxiety. Like these are things that you can't really see on the CAT scan.
All that, man. That's like when you got the excuse for work and saying you got a migraine headache. You never really can tell.
You got to get all that stuff that you can't see in no CAT scan.
Yeah, migraine headache and your stomach's messed up.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? I guess that's the best ones.
I get nightmares. Erectile dysfunction. I'm gonna back on that. Like I can't get right, man.
Well, you can still go to work.
I can't get right though.
You just can't go to work.
I can't get right. I need to get right. I ain't been right since.
Let's move on to Brett Favre real quick, man. That's a story that you touched up on. Brett Favre saying, "Go ahead."
Well, I mean, and a lot of you all, if you watch sports news over the last 24 hours, basically Brett Favre is the first time he's come out and publicly said anything or made a statement. He hasn't actually come out on interview, but he's made a statement, and he's basically just saying, hey, look, I've done nothing wrong. And, the media is I'm being smeared in the media. And the unfortunate part about that, and I think this is where, again, he could have gone ahead and said that statement is, you have text messages from a woman who's already pled guilty, or sent that over to the courts that's been audited with her phone going to your phone number that has all been confirmed, saying that you're saying, is there any way that if I take this money, they'll find out where I got it from? Yeah. That ain't the kind of conversation you have with somebody when you trying to do everything up and up for your alma mater.
I mean, just like you simply said, too, man, you can't put shit out there.
They're off not talking.
Yeah.
There's these attorneys that go out there, these two attorneys, man, they be out there just like, hey, man, call us and shut the fuck up.
They be smoking weed.
Yeah, man,
yeah,
like, shut the fuck up.
I've seen them guys.
Because I'm telling you, all that stuff could be used, and you don't know what your state of mind is right now. Is it like that 2 years from now when you actually go to court?
Yeah.
Is that statement, does it hold up for 2 years?
Yeah, usually it does.
You done made a post on social media somewhere, but when it come back on this day again and you see it again, you be like, nah, I ain't gonna repost that. That looks stupid. I was on that dark, man. I ain't gonna post that again. You just let that motherfucker slide on by. Like, I'm gonna see you next year.
I'll catch the next one next year.
Now imagine if they had your freedom or your financial stability online. Stop talking.
Yeah, you got to.
You know, just stop talking. It is what it is, and just shut the fuck up. And I think right now for Brett, I would leave it alone, man. Stop talking.
Hey, man, you already paid the money back. Just
yeah, but then he also saying like I've done nothing wrong, and you know you got $1.2 million for speaking engagements that you never went to.
You never spoke to. He know he's stolen money.
So why would you say, like, if you say I've done nothing wrong, that means they literally can go through your stuff and find nothing that you've done wrong. Well, why even make the statement?
When you live that privileged life.
The Mississippi boys, man. Listen.
And you live that privileged life.
I'm just, I ain't got nothing to say to y'all about nothing.
I mean, we going to get to this R Sports news, you know what I'm saying, real quick, and then we going to go to the half talk this NFL with everybody keen to talk about. So in 2019, today, I believe, Simone Biles became the most decorated gymnast in history when she won her record 25th medal at the World Championships in Stuttgart, Germany. Simone Biles.
Simone Biles.
Question to you.
Yes, sir.
Is she the greatest athlete of all time?
No.
Okay.
Hell no. Right. I mean, I think sometimes you show up well for your country for the Olympics, but when you start talking about athletes, but hold on, this takes nothing away. So I don't want to say it like I take away from any of her accomplishments and what she did for gymnastics. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'll be like, I'm a real nigga. I'll be saying gymnastics. What she did for gymnastics.
Let's get back to Simone real quick, because I.
Go ahead, say what you gonna say.
No, because Daniel V says if Rodgers would be the same, it would be the same situation. Coach Sims says it doesn't take a month to release a statement if you didn't do anything wrong. Guilty.
Yeah, but if you're going to take a month, take 10 months. Don't say nothing. I'd rather let this story go cold and we handle this shit in court. I ain't got nothing to say. You can come to my house every day and I'm going to talk to you about current events. I got nothing to say.
You think the guy would have pressed charges if he would have went and found him? If Devontae would have went and found him and spoke to him personally?
If he got him on the field, like as soon as he pushed him down and came back over to him like, oh, my bad, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. He's still pressing charges.
Did you press the charges regardless?
Pressing charges.
Would you press charges?
Nah, I can't.
Why can't you?
I mean, just because, you know what I'm saying?
Why can't you?
I got kids, yo. Because I be speaking life lessons to my kids, man. And, at the end of the day, your food be tasting funny when you bought it off of, something bogus and stuff. And now some people going to tell you, I don't care, I'll go get the money. That sound cool now, but, when you really up here in court, like, really trying to hold this and your kids are looking at you crazy. Because my youngest, she don't play. She be looking all straight through me and stuff. Like, she'll be hard for her to keep a straight face. And I want to at least be able to come at my kids with something legitimate, man. I don't want them to think that I'm some old charlatan, man.
Hey, man, I might go ahead and get that bag. Coach Sim says go get that bag, $100K. Tommy Clouser says, if he said, my bad, bro, caught up in the moment, let me give you this signed game and jersey to apologize.
Sure.
maybe he wouldn't press charges.
Yeah, but you know he was legitimately hot. He was gonna need a second to cool down anyway, because that was a big game, and you know it was a big game. He needed a second.
My thing is you should have been pushing your other receiver. That's who should have been getting pushed.
He did. He pushed the shit out of him.
The one who was in the way.
They just cost him the game when he did it, but. You know, I just, listen. Back to Simone Biles. This is what I want to say is that she created certain techniques on the floor exercise and in the rings and in some other things that nobody else could do. As a matter of fact, the technical difficulty and degree of what she was doing was so advanced. They weren't even trying to let those in the Olympics. They was like, you can't even do that move because we feel like for safety of other Olympians, we can't let you do that move because if they try to do it to get the same score, they're like, we can't score it. It's too technical. We can't even score it. So that in itself, when you start creating moves and things that are ahead of your time, that I guarantee you, by the next Olympics or the following Olympics, they're gonna be doing it. It's gonna be scored. They're gonna have a whole system for it. But she's ahead of her time. So she's definitely.
She got moves named after her.
Big facts. That's what I'm saying. Like you've created these.
So definitely. I think 3 or 4 time Olympian. The most goals in Olympic history, and we were just talking about the most world championship gold medals in history. I'm gonna put her down. She's one of the top 5 athletes in the world.
Like me, this is an unpopular opinion, but like I don't even think like when you start talking about, because it's so easy to give away these best athletes in the world and stuff, but like even like I don't really even respect NBA players' full stats and legacies until you at least get to like the mid 80s to and up. That basketball before then wasn't like, and listen, shout out to them. I mean, rest in peace to all the greats who played, but they playing a different game than what these kids did once. But like mid 80s, early 90s, from there on out, if you create a legacy, that's a legacy because the game had evolved to something that I think we see now and very similar. And it's changed now because it's become a lot more shooter friendly. But, you also have to take into consideration like the legacy of a shooter like Steph. He would have been that in any generation. And you start talking about LeBron, he would have dominated any generation. Like, don't nobody in the 60s want to see a LeBron today in the 60s. You don't want to see that. He hurting cats. Your bones wasn't even.
They weren't ready. They weren't ready. They ain't ready for him.
Shaq?
Barely ready for him.
Could you imagine Shaq playing basketball in the 60s?
It'd been Wilt on steroids.
You don't want no problems with them kids. So I'm the only reason why I bring that up is just because when they say that she the best athlete, I'm just saying when you do that, it's all in perspective and it's subject to a lot of different things. And part of the variable is the intensity of the sport that you play. So when it comes to her, I think it's very technical what she did and what she's done and what she's created. But when you talk about an athlete,
let me touch on the topics real quick before we go to the second half. And once again, hit us up on the text line 720-698-6440 here at the AHRR Network and here at Gamepoint, where we like you stream, comment, repeat, retweet, and do it all again. And so before we get up out of here, let me get to the last comments that touch the bases with most of our things. Daniel Villaverde says, nice. Simone's nice, but she ended badly. She definitely did end bad, but she had a long run. Coach Sim said, greatest female gymnast of all time. I'm definitely in agreement with that.
I would definitely give her that.
And 85 tell you that SR5 says, when you're talking about Shaq and them playing in the 60s and talking about people that were in the 60s, they were playing against plumbers and firemen.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say. Like, you gotta remember, there wasn't even the draft back then. Like, you literally could just have the best players in all of the game. So you can just literally have the Celtics loaded with just everybody that's good, and the rest of the league is a bunch of, like you said, plumbers and carpenters. There wasn't even no draft where at least that hot kid coming out of high school had to go to one of these trash teams. Yeah. He goes straight over to the Celtics. Like, hey, I got that money. All right, bet. I'm out.
I'm going to get that bag.
And they're like, yeah, you got 11 rings, 12 rings, 13. Why wouldn't you? You're not playing against.
It was 8 teams in the league.
And again, I don't like to say that because I don't like tarnishing people's legacies and stuff. That's not my role or job. But you got to just do the math. And if you do the math, you could tell that this clearly wasn't the game it is from like the late 80s on up.
All right, man. Hey, that's a way to end it and get to this second half, man. We about to get to the second half. We about to do our pick 5. We about to see who's on the hot seat, and we about to get up out of here. So.
And y'all better be tuned in. And we putting our cash apps on here starting next week. And the Eagles is all right. We chill. All right. I'm chill. We put our cash apps up next week, man. You know we giving y'all this good game, and not only that, at Gamepoint we keep the game on point, man. Listen, we better than the game on right now.
Tune in.
Hey, Jordan Poole, roast beef.
See you in a sec.
Did you know mental health can be hard to identify in a Latinx household due to only wanting to prioritize physical health other than mental health?
We all know an emergency fund is a must. Start small, but think big. It's recommended to start your emergency fund at $500.
What the power of unity looks like is it's a compassionate future. It's an enriching and an empowering future. A safe space for everybody, and that dream world that we all want to live in, that utopia.
Oh yeah, you got it. He said you. Oh yeah, we back. Back.
Hey.
Uh-oh. Hey, the second half. Let me get to a couple comments before we move on.
What's your cash app? My C-Bodie Bag Boy. Holla at me, man. You know what it is.
Shit, I think, hey, my name, Mikhail Knight.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, come check on us, man. But anyway, get into this, man.
Coach Sim says, talking greats in basketball, you have to keep it in eras. And I'm kind of with that. Jason McBride with the McBride Impacts says, before I get to that, all right, man. Who's your biggest fantasy bust of the year?
Hey, man, I need y'all chiming in on this one. Especially, hey, a lot of y'all that did the auto draft. You know you got played this year because the top 5 in the auto draft was getting scraped. But I say the biggest bust for me so far, my top 2 would probably be Jonathan Taylor and probably Alvin Kamara. I'm stinking up the joint.
I'm going to go with Alvin Kamara. I got him in a few leagues, and he finally did get some points. But to the people out there, man, let us know who y'all biggest fantasy bust of the year so far, and we'll lock you in and see what you got to say. But Jason McBride says, make sure you update the fantasy, and he's talking about our fantasy league here up at Gamepoint, where his name is Empire 1, and he's 5-0, and he's leading the league.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So I did update it. I'm not even gonna go to what everybody else is doing in the league. Yes, you're 5-0.
Like yourself.
You're winning right now. Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm all right, man. I'm on a 1-game win streak.
Okay,
you know,
one's better than none.
Yeah, 1-game win streak. Hey, Coach Sim says Allen Robinson, his biggest bust.
Allen Robinson, what team did he go to? Oh, he went to the Rams. He been over there.
Okay.
I'm dying over here.
All right, man. Let's move to these coaches. Matt Rule was fired this week, man. He got his $40 million to move on out the door. Happy but sad, but maybe happy occasion. Maybe he don't got to deal with the stress. Take his $40 million, party, and on any beach that he wants to.
It's the best thing that can happen to a coach who is not getting it done. The problem is, and this is what to really get into, it's systematic. And I'm not going. We ain't got enough time for that. But why does this man have a 7-year contract? That's something in itself, because there ain't a lot of other people, that would have a 7-year joint, because all these coaches who getting fired, John Gruden and all them, these cats is getting paid to get fired.
Paid, shit, paid.
So he got $40 million. So what would you do? Be on a struggling team with no resources and no talent, or on a beach somewhere with $40 million already in the bank?
Oh, I'm partying. Hey, you guys just gave me a break. I'm out.
I'm trying to get fired.
I'm gonna give you the.
I'm tanking on purpose. I'm giving the team my plays.
Hey, 85 Toyota SR5 says Najee Harris is his biggest bust. Coach Sim says Baker got Matt Rule fired, and a good agent.
No, Baker got Matt Rule
paid. He said that's a good agent that got paid. So
yeah, but could that agent do that for every player?
He did it for.
Every coach.
He did it for him. So,
that's all that matters. If you're my agent.
So let's go to the coaches on the hot seat. The first one's Cliff Kingsbury. The Arizona Cardinals are sitting with a 1-4 record. You got Kyler Murray. You got the receiver should be coming back pretty soon. Cliff Kingsbury should be on the hot seat. Do you think he's fired before the end of the season? No.
Well, I take that back. It is to be determined. This is one of those where if he can't get at least, he gonna have to split. They're gonna have to go 9-9, and that's still gonna give him some time over the summer to figure out if this is gonna be the best play for him. But he can't go like 1-8 and still make it to the end of the season.
Tommy Clouder says McCarthy in Dallas is on the hot seat. That's one that we don't have, but I think he saved his job for the year so far.
He's good.
He saved his job.
I got a backup quarterback that's 4-0. When my defense is highly talented, number one defense, rush defense probably. And I wouldn't even say rush. I would just say they have one of the top defenses in several different statistical categories. He's fine.
He's fine, man.
He's fine.
If they would have been struggling right now, you'd have been seeing Sean Payton billboards up there in Dallas right now. So let's go to Frank Reich is our next one. He is the coach of the Colts.
He's shaky warrior.
They are fancying
shaky.
I believe a 2-1 record or something like that.
Yeah, and that's the win over your Broncos. And I'm not gonna get into that, but they should at least be one. Your Broncos should have won that game.
Oh, they should have.
So, he should have one win right now going through week 5 into week 6. And that's shaky because you had the top running back in all of the league last year. You've made some acquisitions to get Matt Ryan over there, and they are stinking up the joint.
So you say this year before the end of the year?
Is the rule? Are we talking about are they gonna make it to the end of the season? When I see that mean, are you gonna make it to the end of the season? Yeah. Shaky warrior, warrior.
I think he might be the next one to go. And we got a couple more comments. Coach Sim said Nathaniel Hackett, super hot seat. I'm in agreement with that. Jason McBride says give Matt Rule to CU, and 85 Toyota SR5 says friggin' Hackett. Hackett is definitely on the hot seat.
We need Dave Logan over there to see you.
He definitely could recruit Colorado.
Can we put it out there?
He definitely can't recruit Colorado.
But put it out there early. All you local people, you know what I'm talking about. He's had a horrible relationship with CU, but LeBron came back to Cleveland and got him a ring. So when the owner don't like you, so anything's possible.
And he's a CU.
Anything's possible.
He's a CU grad too, right?
Yeah, he's up there, man.
So he definitely
did he graduate on play? Yeah.
He definitely can get that connection back here. So let's go to the next one on my list. Let's go to Lovie Smith, the bitter one, the Black Santa Claus guy. Up there at Houston.
He's in Houston.
At Houston, they're toting a 1-3-1 record.
Yeah, but this is the thing, and this is where you start running into that's why your boy from the coast is in such a hot seat, is because when you have the talent, that's when they get. Houston don't really got nobody.
But you know, I mean, he's a fall guy. He could be just that fall guy. He got hired knowing that he was going to eventually be the fall guy.
Yeah, but I mean, he can get fired. Just look, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. He in the every black coach out there on the hot seat.
Oh yeah,
ain't no safe seat for any black coach in the NFL. And historically, we've known that's been the issue. So as soon as you put his picture up, he on the hot seat. And I'm sorry, but when you're coaching a team that has the talent pool that they have right now, there's only so much you can do. And I will say that they're at least a competitive ball club.
They definitely do compete. They haven't been blown out, and they're in every game. So I would keep Lovie Smith. I think he's gonna make it through the year because they already knew they were gonna be bad.
But he's black, so he's in the hot seat.
85 tell you the SR5 said we knew Houston was gonna be bad, and he is black. And as soon as you got in the seat was already hot. So I'm definitely in agreement with you with that. So let's go to Ron Riviera.
It's like if you got a white wife and you black and you go our girlfriend and you go meet their family, you always gonna feel a certain kind of way. That's what it's like being a coach in the NFL. And shout out to anybody who's in that relationship. I ain't saying you the problem, but if you the black dude in that situation and you went to go meet her family, you know what I'm talking about.
Bring your salt.
You was a black coach. That's what it feel like to be a black coach in the NFL.
Bring your salt, pepper, and seasoning salt. What you going over there? You know what I'm saying?
That's what you got to cover there. Tell what school you went to. You know how hard you work and stuff. Like I'm like super. Like every day I go to work. 7 days a week.
Skip Trey says they found him on a couch in American Furniture. He deserved a shot. I don't.
That's a statement.
All right, so let's go to.
We got to unpack it at some point. So we're gonna shelf that. We're gonna put that in the parking lot. We're gonna revisit it. But
give me a little bit more info though, Skip Trace. But Ron Riviera toting a 1-4 record with the Commanders. I don't even know if they've scored tonight. He in the hot seat?
Hot seat.
I think he's out of here.
Hot seat. They got to revamp that.
I think he's out of there.
Hot seat. And I mean, with everything going on with him and Dan Snyder and that raggedy stadium that they go to every day, and I ain't taking nothing away from the players who work hard, but your stadium's raggedy. Your ownership, he's mafia. He ready to put. He's right now in congressional hearings. I put myself in the hot seat. I put myself. If I was Ron Rivera, I put myself in the hot seat.
You might want to get out of there.
I want to get out of there.
Tommy Clouser says Wentz is on the hot seat.
Wentz is gone, homie. I hope we're gonna be at a cell phone kiosk near you.
So
no time soon.
Let me speak on. My phone's on the hot seat. Let's speak on.
Hey, I know a couple of y'all I was talking about. Y'all got Wentz, and y'all was gonna whoop up on us.
Let's speak on Daniel Snyder real quick, man. He's a guy who's not playing with the NFL. He said he's ready to fight fire with fire. He said, "You want to pull something on me? I got something on you and you and you and you and
private
you,
investigators.
And you. I got one on you. I got one on you." He's giving the Oprah treatment over there,
baby, and he got it. Holy. He got it. Listen, that's one man that I'm not going to challenge that he got it. He knew what it was ever since when Gruden got fired. He was like, let me go ahead and get my team together on this because I already know this is trickling back down. Oh, yeah, I'm just saying, Lee, if you smart, he's like Charleston White right now. I leave him alone.
Man, go ahead, man. Leave him alone.
I leave him alone.
Leave him alone. Carson Wentz, this what Skip Trace says. He clarified it with us. He says Carson Wentz is the scapegoat. Riviera is not on the hot seat. That organization is, though. And I'm definitely in agreement with that.
Yeah, but I mean, if the organization is on the hot seat, why keep the coach? What is he proving? Like, it'd be different if that's been their coach and he's shown success with them in the past. Like, what is he proving? You on the hot seat, too. If your stadium, your owner, and your team and your quarterback is all on the hot seat, what makes you think you cool? What makes you think you cool?
I don't think, and that's Riverboat Ron, man. Riverboat Ron ready to go to the river and do his thing.
Hey, hold on, though. What he said, they said, what is the main thing that you need right now to compete in the NFC? He said a quarterback.
Oh, and just shit on Wentz. And when Wentz just had his,
I'm like, and Wentz just hear you.
He just had his best game of the year. Tommy Clouser says Bears just took the lead against Ron Riviera.
What is it, 1-0?
Go Bears. Dan Snyder needs to go. Tommy Clouser says Skip Trey says Snyder's equals Charleston White. He agrees with you.
Man, leave him alone.
You might want to leave that guy alone. So let's get to our pick 5 and get up out of here because got the
PDI 5.
So let's go with the first game. the big game. It's 7-3 is the score of the game. So let's go with the first game. Let's go with the Bills and Chiefs real quick. Coming off that remarkable double overtime game of the year.
2 4-1 teams.
Yep. Who you got?
The game is in Bills Mafia.
I don't know.
Is it in Buffalo? I think it's in Buffalo. Because the last game KC played was at home, so I think it's in Buffalo. So I would say Buffalo's hot right now, man. Buffalo's hot. Like, you know, if you had that your weekly pick,
It's in Kansas City.
and you had the chance to pick Allen, I get him. Even if he costs like 10 grand, 15 grand, I probably get him. Just because everybody they shooting on all Pistons right now.
It's in KC. I'm gonna pick Buffalo for that one.
It's in KC?
Yeah, it's in KC. I'm gonna pick Buffalo though, still with the upset in KC.
I'm going to pick Buffalo because their defense is putting a lot of pressure on quarterbacks right now. And I think, you know, this is Von Miller time. Shout out to all you Bronco fans. You know, this is when Von Miller shows up. He shows up for big games. I think this might be that one.
Tommy Clouser picks Buffalo. And the reason why I picked Buffalo because the Raiders got up on Kansas City, but see if the Buffalo gets up on Kansas City, they ain't gonna let up. So they go play for play. Coach Sim says Mahomes, so he must be picking KC in that game.
Mahomes is a special kind of talent. I ain't gonna.
You can't hate.
Man, he's annoyingly good.
You can't hate.
He's one of them where you just be like, he's good, but I don't have to like you, but he's good. You do have to respect the fact that he's
in my
really,
division.
really talented.
I don't think we even beat him yet. So.
Like the way he throwing the ball, like he be like just throwing it, like man, like
Tommy Clouser said that's gonna be a shootout.
Disrespectful.
So our next game, let's go with is that Tampa Bay? Was it Tampa? Who we have? Green Bay and the Jets. Green Bay and the Jets.
Jets is rocking and rolling recently, man.
2-3-2 teams, right?
They bought in.
The Jets. I'm gonna have to go with Green Bay, man. I'm gonna have to go with Aaron Rodgers, man. He's had a bad game out there in London, and I think it's time for them to turn it around,
I don't see Green Bay losing 2 games in a row, and I think the Giants are a lot better than people are giving them credit for. I'm glad we got our dub off of them early in the season because they clicking, and it don't have to be, as you clearly see with the Cowboys, you don't have to have the best talent at quarterback. You have to have a solid run game, and you definitely have to be hungry on defense. Yeah. And, you know, I think our tenacious defense. And so, but I don't see Green Bay losing 2 in a row. I'm going to go with Green Bay on this one.
I'm definitely with you. Agrees with that. Coach Sim picks the Jets. See what else you guys have.
Jets.
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 The Jets are back, man. The Jets are back. We got them in a couple weeks. The Broncos do. Let's go. What's our next game?
I'll probably say the Vikings in Miami.
Vikings, Miami. 85 Toyota SR5 to Green Bay in the last game. Vikings, Miami. I'm gonna go with Kirk Cousins in there.
I gotta go with him right now. There's still some questions right now in Miami's quarterback,
they're in their
and
third
they're
string
looking like they're looking crazy without Tua.
Yeah, they're in their third.
They're looking crazy out there without Tua. So when you have the kind of verticals that Miami has, you need a quarterback. Now I can't say that the third string ain't being the second. He's gonna be the third thing coming, and he come in there and just be like, "Wow, we've been waiting on you," but. He's going to have to really show it because I'm going to tell you right now, they in trouble. With having a vertical team like they do, you need a quarterback in there.
You got to get somebody
they're struggling outside.
You got to get somebody to slang that thing. Coach Sim, he picks the Vikings.
And you know, Teddy Bridgewater, he concussion prone. That's why he didn't want to tackle us when we was running one back last year. You know what it was?
I do remember that.
He's like, I don't want another concussion.
Yeah, Tommy Clouser said he heard Tua's out this week. Yeah, he definitely is out another week. I'm just gonna go with Minnesota and Kirk Cousins.
Not only am I gonna go with Minnesota, I'm definitely starting Jefferson. I feel like he's gonna have 120 plus 2 touchdowns.
Jason McBride says Buffalo and OT for the KC Chiefs game. Justin Jefferson, shouts out to that man. He breaks records every week, man. Shouts out to that guy. He's doing his thing. He got a good coach out there. Good quarterback out there throwing the ball.
Can you do the gritty?
Man, I'll be doing the gritty. The kids say I can't do it though.
You get to a certain age, the gritty don't look right. I'm at a certain age, and my gritty is like it's gritty.
Well, I
My
gotta
gritty
actually,
is gritty.
you know what? I gotta actually see the gritty, right? I haven't really watched the gritty, so I've seen kids attempt the gritty, so I kind of attempt what they're attempting. So let me see the real gritty, and I probably can. Get
Hey
loose
man, we
real
need
quick.
to have a gritty contest, man. We got these. Winner gets turkey leg.
85 Toyota SR5 says wait till they play real teams. Jason McBride, he picks the Jets. Let's move to our next one.
Jets. So you took Minnesota, right?
Yeah, I took Minnesota.
Minnesota, I think, is going to do that. Next one is the Giants and Baltimore. And the Giants is on a tear right now, and Baltimore is shaky, warrior. They're getting it back, but they're not consistent. But is this the game that they get their consistency back?
Ooh, I don't think it's a game they get the consistency back. I think the Giants have a point to prove. They're going to try to stay on pace in the NFC East. And I just think that Saquon Barkley is back.
I told everybody at the beginning of the season, I said, man, watch for Saquon. He ready. Like I said with Tyreek, if y'all go back to our first episode of the year, look at what I said. See Bodie back, boy. I need y'all to drop me a couple dollars because I'm telling you what I told you. But I think in this case, who are you taking?
I'm going to take the Giants. I took the Giants.
I'm taking Baltimore.
I mean, it's going to be a banger.
I'm taking Baltimore because I think in a run game, I'm taking Baltimore. Dobbins has been out there playing. Shout out Ohio State. I think this is the game. You know, Jackson is playing for a contract every game, and he has been doing a fantastic job. You know, I even think Jalen Hurts is like little baby Jackson. But I think this is the game where, you know, and I mean, I never like to really pick against the NFC East, so I mean, I want the Giants to give them hell. But since we already beat the Giants, man, it could be whatever. I take Baltimore.
All right, so let me get to the comments before we get to the last game. Jason McBride says Salih and Sauce Gardner. I believe that's talking about the Jets. Skip Trey said Geno Smith for MVP. 85 Toyota SR5 picks the Ravens. Coach Shin picks the Giants. Jason McBride picks the Vikings. Brian Tommy Clouser says Brian Daboll was such a good hire. Skip Trey says y'all look prime for hip replacement. He said y'all look prime for hip replacements.
Y'all trying to
gritty. Hey, you might be right, Skip Trace.
You a cold piece right there. You a low down dirty dog.
McBride says Cousins equals Fitz Magic. Giants are gonna fight for the NFC East Division this year, Tommy says, and Cousins is blah, mediocre at best.
First off, back to my guy over there who said he's gonna fight for the NFC. Fight who? Who's swag?
Well, let's get to the.
Who's swag?
Let's get to see who they fighting, right? Let's see who they fighting. We got Philly versus who?
I mean, let's just start the other way. We got Dallas versus Philly.
Okay, Dallas versus Philly.
This is them kids, man. This is a grown man's game that y'all about to watch, man. And it's Sunday night, man. Grab your popcorn, put the kids to bed early. There's gonna be a whole lot of yelling in my household, man, and you know. It is what it's going to be, but I'll tell you this. I understand and respect the Cowboys' defense. And it's not just their front four. I'm talking about even Diggs is getting it together back there, man. But what I will say, fuck them. Nigga, this is Philly all day. Excuse my French, but it could be whatever. And I'm just telling you, everything that you want to say, they are good at. We actually have the don't you open up the window.
You got the antidote?
Got the antidote, baby. Okay. What you talking about? They great at coming after quarterbacks, but do they do that after quarterbacks that move around? I mean, they great at the pass rush, but are you good at the run? You know we ran past them cats, and you know that's an area of focus for them. I told you last week what was going to be the key for us beating Arizona. I'm telling you this week, we're going to have to establish the run early. And we're going to have to put up points in the second half. That's been something big for us where we just haven't really established because we've been running a lot, but we haven't really established. We got to put up points in the second half. We're going to at least have to put up 12 points in the second half to be successful.
Oh, man. Hey, sounds good, man. Sounds like you had a good prognostication, whatever they call it.
That sounds like something you get at the doctor.
Hey, I was gonna go with Philly until I heard what you had to say.
And then what happened?
Now I'm just going with Dallas, man. I'm going with Dallas in the second string quarterback, the game manager, the great D. We're gonna see We're gonna see my man Micah Parsons play a great game while he's injured. You know, because he's gonna show he's a great. Usually, great players have a great game while they're injured. I was gonna go with Philly, and I really kind of want to go with Philly, but just to be different and not just to go with you,
Man, get that out your heart, man.
I'm gonna
Get
go
that out your
with
heart.
the Cowgirls, and I can't stand them. Let me get to the comments. Jason McBride, he picks the Ravens. 85, Tony SR5 says great game, but gotta go with Philly. Jason McBride says Niner game. Tommy Clouser says I think Philly wins the NFC East in the end. See, he said they're gonna fight, but Philly's
Somebody
gonna
say Cowboys. I ain't blocked nobody yet this year. Come on, man. Say Cowboys.
Coach Sim said Cowboys.
Blocking. Block that. Who is he? Who he related to?
Yeah, we know.
Oh, okay.
All right, man. But check us out, man. This is Gamepoint, man. Season 6, episode 6. Jason McBride, he picks Philly. Man, looks like more people picking Philly,
Let's
man.
go!
Everybody picking Philly.
Believe in us, baby.
Philly.
Like, have fun. You know what this is. I'm telling you now, and I hate to cut you off, brother, because you're wrapping it up. But y'all, every one of you all, one of your favorite players was a Philly dude, was a Philly Eagle, and you know that. One of your favorite players was. You can't say that about every team, but one of your favorite players was an Eagle, man. Let that happen today. I mean, on Sunday night.
Hey, let it happen. He said, Daniel V said it's your first L, son. You know what I'm saying? From the East Coast. He said your first L, son. You know what I'm saying? Take a Philly loss like Benny Siegel and them. You know what I'm saying?
Blocking.
85 tell you that SR5 says he hates Dallas more and keeps something about Keith Jackson. He likes Keith Jackson. Oh, 88 jersey.
Hey, man.
But yeah, check it out, man. We about to get up out of here, man. We kept the seats warm for the F Effect, man. Let them come here and do their thing.
Big facts.
Watch their show and check it out, man. Here at the AHRR Network in Game Point, we like you to like, share, comment, repeat, retweet, and do it all again. Or hit that hotline at 720-698-6440 and tell them about the mother podcast.
Man, they like ashtrays on a motorcycle, baby. They useless. We appreciate y'all. Shout us out. C-Bodie Bag Boy. Them donations go to Turkey Legs to everybody. I promise one, too. Let's do this together, y'all.
And here at Game Point, where we keep the game
on point.
And we out.